Beginning of 2006, I got a job as a waitress. I'd actually moved over from another pub to the one I was working at then. About 2 weeks into the job, my manageress had taken some food over to one of my tables that I'd been waiting for. She called me over, started shouting at me about how I'd forgotten a soup spoon for the table. And when I went to apologise, I literally went, "I'm sorry," like that, and she slapped me like that around the face and told me to wake up. It wasn't hard enough to leave any marks, but it stung for quite a while. My first reaction was to go to two of the other waitresses nearby and go, "Did I just get slapped?"
I was working for a small organisation in London about a year ago. I worked there for about 10 months and I was bullied for around 4 or 5 months, but in hindsight I think that it probably started before that. I was just in denial about it actually happening. I was bullied by a senior manager. The person that was bullying me, she started ignoring me and then sometimes being really nice to me. It's quite hard to describe when someone asks me, what do you mean by bullying? Because it's a whole wide range of things that she did to me that made me think I was being bullied.
It's about the way we interrelate with others, either individuals or groups. Now, we all have bad days. We all have days when we come home having been annoyed, having had things said to us that we didn't like. That in itself isn't bullying. Bullying is essentially how you feel about a situation. Your perception of another person's behaviour towards you is what is really important.
She would whisper, and when I walked in the room, go quiet, and that's kind of how it started. It then progressed with things started going missing on my desk, and I wouldn't be getting phone messages, and then she'd ask me why I didn't phone people back. People would turn up for meetings with me that I knew nothing about, and it moved on to larger things such as her being verbally abusive towards me, swearing at me, talking about me to a colleague when I was in the room so I could hear her.
Bullying is when the behaviour of others actually impacts upon your dignity. It undermines your confidence. You feel nervous, you feel less able to do your job, worried about going into work, concerned about what the boss is going to say, to the point whereby you might think, "I'm going to go sick, I can't go in today." In those situations, you need to look carefully at why you're feeling like that. Try and look at the sorts of behaviours of others that are causing you to feel that way.
The assistant manageress and her husband, the manager, joined in as well with the bullying, and I was very intimidated. I didn't know what to do. I was really humiliated at the time and really scared. I'd never had anything like that before.
Many people that have been bullied actually feel unwell, unhappy, and for a long time too. It affects your ability to do your job. You find that you're less productive, less effective than you were in the past.
Really did take a big blow. I mean, I've never really had great self-esteem anyway, but I was down at the bottom. It really affected my health as well, which wasn't good. There's not much of me anyway. I'm only size 8, and I went from being around about 8 stone down to be between 4 and 6.
It was quite horrible. I started thinking that I was going mad. I thought I was terrible at my job. I thought that I was a bad person. I had no confidence left. I actually took some time off work, sick leave, for stress, and I started seeing a counsellor, which was something I didn't ever expect would happen to me. I didn't think that it was something that would ever affect me, but it did.